headsets in the last year.
Burning right there. I tell you what, Cindy, Cheryl, before we get started, I know we have Terry in the audience there. He can certainly help us out. We have some others in there too. Folks, how about a little audio balance between our three voices? You're hearing me talk, and Cindy, go ahead and then turn it over to Cheryl, and let's see what our volume is.
Yeah, so go ahead and here's my regular voice. Now, Cheryl, go ahead and do your regular voice. Or you can do an imitation if you'd like.
This is my regular voice.
Okay, good. Now, okay, Cheryl. Now let's hear your irregular voice. This is my regular voice. Good, Cindy.
Oh, I don't know.
Thank you, Terry. Everybody's
back.
In
a normal tone.
I like
my
it.
irregular voice. Good. All right. Well, let's see. What time we have here, Cindy? We got about 6 minutes to go. If you want to do the greet and all that other stuff, that would be great.
Yes, we can. And if you'll notice, right below the chat box, we do have the Karatbars TV up there. That is going to be a live link if we want to go to that later and see how that's moving along. I'm really excited to see what we're going to be having here. And we have updated our KB Vision into KB Karatbars, our logos and everything, thanks to John. Spent a lot of time getting all that information, our slides here updated, and for our Wednesday evening overviews. So we've got just about everything up to date with that. So if you'd like to bring people to the live video broadcast that we do every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here at kbgoldevents.com, then we are as up to date as we possibly can. And good things are happening here. Boy, a lot of live events that Dan Geromo's doing out here in California. So I think that is really, you know, we have changed so much from a year ago that it's just amazing. And, you know, what our focus is on and getting back into live presentations. I think the U.S.-Canadian tour really just enlightened everybody on that back to real face-to-face communication. This is about as good as you can get a face-to-face communication other than that. But other than the phone and just on the internet, I think meeting people face-to-face, going out to those brick-and-mortar businesses is really going to make a huge difference in our businesses. So I actually got a hold of a gal who she set up her account and she's on vacation in the Philippines, but she lives here in the States, and called me on Skype and was really excited. I said, well, you've got your account. Just go start telling some people in the Philippines about it. So
there you go.
Not sure if she has yet or not. I haven't seen anything come in yet, but now I did see something saying, I think in the newsletter, saying the 61 countries. I haven't actually gone into my back office and looked at all the current countries to see which. I know we were right about 4950, so we've got 10, 11 others opened. Do you know offhand, Cheryl, what those other countries are?
I don't. I know that while we were on the tour, I know they were talking about Israel. I haven't been back there to check and see
either
the update, okay. But I know that there has been some new countries added, and you know, so we hit 60 before the end of the year that they projected, so we're there. And
that is awesome.
The projection for next year, 194 countries.
Wow.
And they're ready to go.
Excellent.
That is awesome.
And yeah, I mean, it really has. I mean, the difference between, you know, this time last year and now is just night and day. And if you can think about the impact that 1 year's had, just wait, because on January 15th, you just have no clue. It is just crazy what this system is going to be doing.
Oh wow, I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Hopefully you can give us some little tidbits of information that, you know, just to keep us piqued in interest. Even though we are, looking forward to it. So we've got a lot of people that have jumped on here and some names that I don't recognize. So what I'm going to do right now before we get started at the top of the hour is just give you some viewing enhancements that you can do on your own individual monitor. And if you are in Mozilla Firefox, simply go up to the top left-hand corner where the File Edit View is. Click on View, and down at the bottom you will see Full Screen, and your toolbars will disappear, and it'll make it just a little bit bigger. Then you can just move your cursor over in the top right-hand corner, and that square right in the middle, that will bring your toolbar back. If you're in Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, all you have to do is hit the F11 key, and the toolbars go away. Hit the F11 key again, and they will come right back for you. So it will just make it a little bit easier for you to view this. Also, right below, you will see the white rectangle. That is our chat box. You do not have to put in your name first. However you signed in, that will show first. So that's why we really do ask that you put your full name in there. That way, when you do ask a question, we can acknowledge you. So that's what that's for. So we've got about one more minute, and then we'll get started, and Cheryl will give us some updates, and then we can go into our Q&A session. This is the time to ask your questions, whether you're new or a seasoned veteran. Even if you haven't even gotten an account and somebody brought you here, said get some information, you know what? This is a good place to be, because you can hear straight on from people who are already in this business what kind of questions they're asking, and you might have the same questions for yourself, and you'll already have that answered.
Hey, Cindy.
So yes.
We got about a minute left. You want to do a quick poll of the audience and see if we have any guests here? That might be a helpful thing to do.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a yes/no right up. It's going to be right up to the left of me. If you're just a guest here, you have not gotten a KB account. Let's see, I better ask it in a way. If you already have a KB account, click on yes. If you're brand new and you do not have an account, please click on no. And that just kind of gives us an idea who we have here in the audience, because there are some names. So it looks like we do have some guests here. Excellent. Very, very good.
Great.
Terrific. Well, we're here at the top of the hour. Cindy Belmonte here in Simi Valley, California, right outside of Los Angeles. It's a pleasure to do this Thursday afternoon Q&A session. It's where I get my questions answered, and here's some new information, and this is the place to be on Thursday afternoon, so thank you for being here. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. John Alfiers outside of Northern California's Napa Valley. He and I have been in business together, I guess we can start saying, going on 7 years. I believe it's been about that long, quite a long time we've done business together, and he's my business partner in Karatbars International and in some other businesses, and he's a pleasure to work with and a true delight to host on these live broadcasts. So, John, over to you.
Thank you so much, Cindy, and right back at you. You're an absolute doll to work with, and very professional, and a past president of Simi Valley Sunset, or is it Sunrise?
Sunset
Rotary. Sunset Morning. There you go. Perfect. All right, folks. We do this every Thursday, and this is the whole point of Thursday is so you could actually engage one of our two top leaders here, either Cherylanne Gober out of Tennessee or Joe Norman out of Ohio, and they switch every other week, and every week, Cheryl, we're getting more updates. This is growing. It sure is different than the latter part of last year when you were so busy trying to get the genealogies together. I bet you're glad that's over.
Yeah, so glad.
Absolutely, I'm just so glad. But ladies and gentlemen, this is for you. This is so you could actually any question that you have regarding Karatbars International, type them in there, and your name will precede what it is that you type, so you don't need to put your name in there. But Cherylanne was handpicked from Europe, from our cohorts in Europe, I guess I should say, the Team 1 leaders, and she has just been a delight to work with. She's just tireless. She just dedicates herself to this entire team. I just can't say enough about her. So, Cherylanne, I'm going to turn it over to you, and as always, we start with little updates, and I'm sure you've got something to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, Cherylanne Gober out of Tennessee. Back to you.
That must That must mean I talk a lot.
No, that means it's
I
all
always
good.
have something to say. No, you know, thanks for allowing us to be here every Thursday and that way connect with the team and get out there and help encourage and empower some other people with the news and the updates. I mean, email is email and Skype is Skype, and they're great resources, but these video broadcasts that you do are just phenomenal. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart for the quality of the presentation, the professionalism, and everything that you bring to the table. You've definitely made a difference to so many people in our group by doing what you do so unselfishly week in and week out. So thank you both. And I know your birthdays. I said happy pre-birthday, so I'm going to say happy belated birthday. And I hope both of you had a wonderful time. But it's good being here today. We do have a lot going on. As most of you know, I was out last week, so I have been playing catch-up since Monday when my feet hit the ground. My grandson is back home, and for all of those that have asked and emailed and Skyped, he's doing well, and the journey begins now with him. So anyway, it's going to be a wonderful 2012 in so many different ways, you know, personally, business, everything. But since Monday, since I hit the ground running Monday, I tell you what, I thought I worked. I cannot hold a candle to Maximilian Williams. I just cannot. He is just absolutely phenomenal. He comes with so much excitement, and the brainstorming is, I can't tell you, I think a couple of nights this week we've been on the phone to 2:30 in the morning. So, you know, looking at some of the things that he's got done, of course, you know, we're expecting the new presentation and training system to be up on January 15th, and he is absolutely working around the clock. I think he's averaging maybe 3 or 4 hours a night for sleep, but he is on a mission to get this done, not only for corporate, but for all of us. But what I've seen back there, guys, and I think a few of you have got to see some of the videos that are out there. They've been put up on our Facebook page and through the Skype rooms. Just a couple of the little videos that Maximilian has done so far are phenomenal. And he shared some clips with me on some of the other videos that he's produced for customers, the opportunity. And all I can say is he is so talented. And the customer video, I honestly had tears coming down my face. It is done so well. He is going through corporate right now. He does, of course, have to have corporate sign off on those videos once he's completed them and see if they have any questions, changes, or anything like that they may have. So, you know, it's only a few weeks away, and I'm telling you what, everybody that's been involved for whether it be 1 day or 2 years, your life is going to change. This training system is second to none, and I have been and walked in lots of circles with some of the best motivators, from Zig Ziglar to Og Mandino to Brian Tracy. I've walked with them, I've worked with them, and there is nothing. It is nothing compared to the in-depth training that people are going to get with this program. So I'm really excited about it. Because it's going to make some people independently wealthy. It's not only are they going to make a great paycheck, they're going to be able to turn that around and exchange it for gold. And you talk about discretionary income, that's going to be limited. If you are really serious about this business and earning money, get plugged into that system and that training, because what he's bringing to the table is absolutely never done in this industry. Never done. I am so excited about it because, you know, one aspect of it is going to be, you know, my stomping ground, which I come from traditional business and direct sales background, over 30 years experience there. And, you know, this is not going to be just network marketing. It's not going to be about your warm list, your cold list, your all of that. It's going to actually put you in business where you can hit the floor running from day one. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to dare say, anybody that gets in this program and does what he says do in 30 days, you will see, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I'm going to tell you, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to increase your check by 500%, what you've been getting.
Wow.
That's how phenomenal it is. So anyway, that's what I've been working on this week. We've got a lot of great things coming up. When I say this guy doesn't sleep, there's some things coming, and I'm just going to throw tidbits out there, celebrity endorsements, cities, all kinds of crazy things that may be happening right after the first of the year. Yeah, I am so excited about 2012. It's been a great year so far. We've accomplished a lot of things, but I'm telling you what, 2012, yeah, it's crazy. It's just going to be crazy where we're going to go.
Crazy's good.
Yeah.
Crazy's always good.
Crazy
Wow.
good.
Yeah,
Crazy
I know.
good.
These two websites that we have posted up here, the KaratbarsTV.com and the KaratbarsInfo.com. Folks, last week when we had Joe Norman here, the KaratbarsTV.com is really being used for first exposure, and on that, right on the top center of it, is how to really get started correctly and fast. Obviously, the KaratbarsInfo.com is the new URL for mykbgold.us, which is the reference library. It's all in one, everything you ever want to know about KB. But I just wanted to mention that before we move forward. So those are two domain names that you want to write down. You want to get familiar with them, and it's all good. Cindy, I think we have a question in here. We could start with that, and then if we go in a different direction, we could do that too. Would you like to pop that out?
Yeah, great. And I'm trying to see the name. It looks like Kirik B, or okay, it's Kirikb, or maybe it's Kiri KB. It says,
I think
can
that's,
I assume,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, can I assume that NPO groups, and I'm not, nonprofit organization groups,
Nonprofit.
can be set up in the program and promoted among their constituents. The goal is to provide an ongoing income for the groups, as in fundraising.
That
He or she's got two questions, so we'll do that one first.
okay. There will be a major, and you're going to see in the KB University, I know many of you have talked about, you've heard about the different majors that you can pick on that, inside of that program. And one of those will be how to approach nonprofits. And, again, we're very lucky to have Maximilian join our team, because he has done this. He's got years and years of experience doing this. He can help us know exactly what to say, how to approach them, what not to say, and help you with that. There will be training, no matter what focus you want to go into, whether it be small businesses, nonprofits. There will be specialized training for each of those categories. So, yeah, that is going to be a huge, major. I think that's what we're going to call it. That's going to be a huge major that a lot of people want to become part of. And Carrie, the second portion of her question was, will the KB University be a training program or an online degree? It is definitely a training program. One of the best I've ever seen in my life, and it's hands-on, where you can interact, right directly with the speaker and the trainer, and Skype back and forth, or chat back and forth if there's something that you don't understand. It's like classroom training, but it will not be an online degree. Other than it will, where it will be an online degree is you're going to see a definite increase in your income by attending these courses. They are phenomenal.
So
Excellent.
phenomenal,
thing,
phenomenal degree of success, right? Phenomenal
yeah,
degree of
right.
success.
One thing I didn't mention earlier, guys, that I probably need to put out there, um, everybody should have received an email yesterday from our CEO, Mr. Harold Seitz. And if you did not receive that email, then just to update you on that, instead of our paychecks are normally, our commissions are transferred to our debit cards on the 1st of every month. This month they will be transferred early due to the Christmas holidays. So actually tomorrow, the 23rd of December, what you're due to be paid on January 1st, he is sending it to you a little bit early as a Christmas gift or a little Christmas bonus. So you're going to have it about a week early. So just expect that transfer to take place sometimes tomorrow.
All right, excellent.
Good stuff.
Yay.
I tell you, the more I
Shopping.
hear about Harold, the guy's obviously an incredible individual, Cheryl, and has a lot of heart and has an incredible vision.
I actually have a question too, Cheryl. Go ahead. Finish
Okay.
that thought.
No, I was just going to say he is an incredible individual. It's you know, he says this a lot, and I said for many months, you know, before other people got to meet him face to face, what an incredible man he was. And it was one thing me sitting and telling people the character and the quality of individual he is. It was a whole different level when we went on that tour, and we got to play together, we got to cut up. Of course, we worked a lot, but other people got to see the man, and that was what I was so excited about, is other people meeting the man that I had came to know. And he has built some close relationships just from that meeting. He loves North America. Don't think he doesn't. He fell in love with the country. He said in Europe, you know, everybody's pretty stoic and they keep their hands in their laps. And he said, here everybody just hugs, hugs, hugs. And so he absolutely fell in love with everybody. And you know, just accept he's going to be back more than you think. But whether it's on a personal level or whether it's on a business level, he's an individual that knows how to connect. He cares. He cares about the individual, not just the company and the profits like a lot of CEOs do. He cares about that individual, and he cares about your success. And the thing, I love him because he's accessible. He's not the CEO that you can't get past, you know, get to him. It's a little bit difficult to get to him sometimes, but he is willing to talk with anybody, you know, as time allows for him. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, Cindy, so I'll let you ask your question.
Yes. Oh, okay. So, and on the tour, you know, you've mentioned that Thomas Schreiner's going to be in Belize for the Karatbars Americas, and then we've also talked about Karatbars Asia in Thailand. When are those due to be up and running, and who might be the person that's going to be in charge of Asia? Is it anybody that that we've heard of yet?
Harold actually gave me his name. He's been with Harold in business with Harold for a long time, and he will be running that Asian market or that Europe market out of I believe the Europe market's going to be out of Thailand, if I'm not mistaken, is where the headquarters. Well, I would think Asia, but anyway, I know he was headed to Thailand. But he's going to have two offices, one in Thailand and one in Singapore. And I think the Karatbars Europe will be out of the Thailand office, and the Karatbars Asia will be out of Singapore. And then, of course, Karatbars America will be in Belize, which Thomas Schreiner is going to be heading that up down there. He's got our long friend Steve Kelly down there that will be working with him. So anyway, and Thomas is due. The Thailand office is open. They're already in business. The office in Belize, Thomas will be transferring there toward the end of January. So they've already got the house down there. After the tour, they went down there and they found the house, the office space. So they've got all of that set up now, which Steve was, you know, gracious enough to do a lot of the legwork before, you know, they ever got there. So it was, you know, they managed to get a lot done in that week that they were in Belize. So everything's finalized. Steve is there right now, just setting up, you know, the basics, the furniture, all of that, the internet, and getting that done. And Thomas will be transferring there full-time at the end of January.
Good. Okay,
Terrific.
one more follow-up question. When will we have the ability, because we've talked about there was going to be 3 different places that we could actually store our gold, whether it was in a vault in Switzerland, in Germany, or in Singapore. When will we have the choices of where you want it stored?
I don't really know, Cindy. I don't want to answer that and be, you know, and say 100%, but I think that's coming here within just a few months, to where you can direct your gold to whatever vault you want it in.
Okay.
Cheryl, you're having some audio issues, and this is the second time it's happened, where it's all of a sudden you get into a gargle type of a thing, and it has nothing to do with your headsets. I think it has something to do with connectivity.
It's green. Is it okay now?
No, it sounds.
Let me just switch out.
No, good. No. You're good now. You're good. It's back. We don't know why.
It's green. Well, this is a wireless headset, so that may be why.
Oh, but, maybe that's why. Anyway,
I don't know.
Folks, we invite you to ask questions. Right down at the very, very bottom, you'll see a blank spot. Just put your cursor in there, ask any question you want. We have a question from Jerry, and he says, does Maximilian's system include lead capture pages, autoresponders, etc., to market with, or is it mostly training after someone registers a free account with KB?
Well, I'm going to let Maximilian spoil everybody. We're going to have a promo video coming out in about it. Am I okay? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear? Okay.
Yes.
There will be a promo video that will be released probably, I'm going to put him on the spot.
Well, now you're muted. I think you're muted yourself, or something happened. No audio,
we
Cheryl.
We can't hear you, Cheryl.
So he's going to make the switch.
Yeah.
All right.
Maximilian's here, so we might want to put a spot for him.
Right. Maximilian, you were on here before, so I believe you do know how to come in here with the code. Is that correct? Can you give us a yes or no? Are you available to come on screen? Just type us in a little note here, and we could make room for you. Okay, Cheryl, do we have audio from you yet? Cheryl?
Cheryl, look on your box on the bottom and see if you accidentally muted yourself.
Yeah, put your cursor over your face, and on the bottom right you'll see a microphone. Does it have a little circle with a line through it? There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Now we're back.
You're back.
Okay. It may have I've switched out headsets, so it may have taken just a second for it to read it, but
yeah.
Back to Max's system. The system is, like I said, there will be a promo video coming out. There will be presentation videos that you can use to market with. It is so stock full, it would take me an hour, if not 2, to sit and list everything that this system has to offer. You know, it is going to have that training, that specialized training in it. It's also going to have the Karatbars TV, which is a live streaming television or internet television that will be available 24/7. If you want specialized areas, like if it's compensation or team building or leadership development or different things like that, you can go in there and log on and click that. If we do a presentation like on, you know, Harold, for example, if Harold wants to come say something to everybody direct, he's going to log right into the system and speak. And when you wake up, you're going to see his gorgeous face sitting right there looking at you and giving the message, you know. It's awesome. So there's, you know, of course they'll still do the little emails, but how awesome will it be to have him just sitting there to wake up to one-on-one and get to see that face and that heart that comes out of his mouth. So anyway, we're really excited. But answer your question, Jerry, there is nothing out there compared to what you're going to have with the new training and presentation system.
That's great.
Okay. Well, Jeff's
Cindy,
got a question
Jeff's?
here. It's a two-part question, but I think you will. I think you'll be able to answer it. But the first part of the question, and Jeff asks, "It's my understanding that KB does not allow a customer to take physical delivery of their gold until 100 grams have been purchased. Is this correct?"
Cheryl, did you hear Cindy's audio?
I think.
Cheryl, you with us? Cheryl.
I'm here. Y'all froze. I know, it's a bad day. I'm here. I promise. Anyway, let's see. I'm just going to go back and read the question real quick.
Yeah, that's
it's my understanding that KB does not allow a customer to take physical delivery. Oh, no, Jeff, that's no. There's 3 ways that you can purchase gold with KB or Karatbars. The first one, of course, is you can get the demo cards, anywhere from 1 to 3 cards. You can take physical delivery on those, you know, immediately. And that option is in your back office. The other option is, of course, the one-time purchases, which start out at, you know, 500 euros or less, and that's roughly 8 cards or something like that. And the prices change according, you know, every day according to the market. So all you have to do is go back there. But just a minimum of 500 euros, you can go in there and have that delivered immediately. As far as the purchase agreement, right, 500 euros. Sorry, thank you, Cindy. But as far as the purchase plan goes, you know, the way that works, Jeff, is you're agreeing to, you know, exchange dollars for gold at 100 grams total. Now, what it does, the first 25 grams is what they call the supply stage. They do put that in reserve because they are paying out some pretty nice commissions. You know, 670 euro per contract is being paid out in a cab bonus. And that's the reason it gets into profit margins and everything, but they the first 25 grams are held or secured until the 100 units has been completed. Once you have, you know, purchased 25 grams in a purchase plan, your 26 gram and upward can be delivered each and every month. So it's just the first 25 grams that's held in reserve until the completion of that agreement. So I know sometimes that does get confusing to a lot of people, but it really, if you read the customer agreement in your back office, it really breaks it down about the 4 different stages of the purchase plan, and you will see that that first 25 grams is the only thing that's held in reserve. And it's released immediately. If you want physical delivery, it's released immediately at the end of that 100 grams that you've exchanged.
Yeah, Maximilian also added the first 25 grams are reserved because they are stored in a large 1 kilogram bar as well.
Right. Right.
They're not the cards.
A little follow-up, the second part of Jeff's question, Cheryl. He basically saying, well, let's just forget the first sentence on that. He says, what do the three of you recommend to persuade customers to buy from KB rather than another company such as American Gold Reserve or some other supplier which can make physical delivery immediate? My comment is just take them to Karatbars TV and don't be the message, be the messenger.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to tell you there's no comparison, absolutely no comparison in the two companies. And when you're saying immediately with some of these other companies, I would suggest tracking that and seeing how long it really does take for you to take possession of that. You know, personally, I like the idea that mine is offshore. To each his own, but I am a big proponent of keeping mine offshore. I know we've got others that have arsenals in their basement, and they're going to fight whoever if anybody comes and tries to take that gold, and that's fine. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I don't need the stress. I've got a family. If they come knock on my door, they're not going to find anything here. I don't have to worry about the insurance on it. I don't have to worry about a lot of things. The seizure laws, and you know, I'm sorry, but those are very, very realistic for the near future. I'm seeing too many bills, and I'm telling you, if you're looking at a U.S. mint compared to an offshore mint, no comparison when it comes to those seizure laws. So I can give you, and I don't like cutting down my competition. And I don't like building them up either. But, you know, I'm sure they're a good company. I have checked them out. But there is absolutely no comparison, not just in that aspect of it, but as far as the income potential, they're nowhere close. Nowhere close.
Well, you know, several months ago...
I was going to say, the terminology that Maximilian used when he was explaining it was that if, you know, the American Gold Eagle, I think they call it, you know, it's U.S. government issued, or the Canadian Maple Leaf, it's Canadian government issued, and that is the seizure thing that Cheryl was talking about. If they decide they want to seize gold, they can. They issued it, where we have it privately issued, and they can't take it from us. Even if you did have it at your house, they can't take it from you. So that is security.
Well, they can, you know, let me clarify, you know, go a little bit. They can do whatever they want to do. Whether it be bullion or coins or whatever, and this is, you know, and I've done some research here, and that's the reason I want mine out of here. I love the idea with Karatbars, and when you get into the World Orem and some of these new companies and the, you know, what Karatbars is bringing to the table, you're going to, you know, I can go buy products and services right online and exchange gold from one account to the next. Nobody does that. You know, we are setting up a complete system that we can exchange our gold and use it as money between merchants around the world. Nobody's doing that. Where other companies end, we just begin. And that's really where we shine, and makes Karatbars the most phenomenal company in the, you know, in the industry right now. And a lot of people don't get exactly everything that we've got to offer that nobody else does. You can go buy gold in a lot of places. Government issued, Cindy, you're absolutely correct on those seizure laws. You are the bearer of that gold, but they own the gold. I mean, the government owns the gold. It's theirs. And so they can come get it, and that would probably be the first one if I was guessing that they would seize. But they can do whatever they wanted to. They took bullion back in '32 as well. It wasn't just coins. And some people talk about numismatics, and you really need to go back and look. They, you know, when they talk about numismatics, it's about those rare coins, not the ones that are produced in mass production that somebody tells you is rare because it hasn't been touched or in circulation. That does not make a coin rare just because it hasn't been in circulation. What makes it rare is it's, you know, 2,000 years ago and it's in mint condition. That's a rare coin. And when governments look at that, because it's hard to determine the value on that coin because of the age, you know, how many of them are in production or are out there, but some of these things that they call numismatic coins right now, rare because they haven't been touched. I don't know how much of a price tag you can put on that rarity feature there. But as far as seizure, all that stuff, just know they can do whatever they want to do.
You know, the interesting thing about it is several months ago when we had a little brainstorming call with our group with Dr. Dennis Staggerwald, and he coined the phrase, and I don't even think it just slipped out of his mouth, and I just caught it. It was so brilliant. And he says at the time when we were KB Gold, he says, you know, KB is the most valuable gold in the world. It's not because of the actual bullion itself. It's everything. It's the entire package of where it's stored, who's behind it. It absolutely is the most valuable gold in the world. And so, your question. Let's see who asked this question about convincing people. Bottom line is that people are looking for a separator. Anytime you have any kind of a product, they're looking for a separator. Well, what makes this better than this? And you know, just using the phrase, it is the most valuable gold in the world, and it intrigues the mind. I always say intrigue. If you can intrigue the mind, you can lead it to curiosity, and curiosity leads to exploration. So consequently, you know, using that phrase that Karatbars International does have the most valuable gold in the world, and you go to karatbarstv.com and let them do their own research. But it is, in my opinion, and I'm sure all three of us, the most valuable gold in the world.
Well, you know, we've got a double. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a double whammy.
Hold on one second. Maximilian has three. He put 3 points here. That if you told somebody we have the most valuable gold in the world, and they said why, you could put number 1, it's privately issued gold. Number 2, it's LBMA approved refinery. So that's the London Bullion Market Association, that we have that certification. And number 3, geographical diversification, and it's stored abroad. And we just told you the 3 places that you'll be able to store it. So
I invite everybody to
you
write that down.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
you got another question there?
Absolutely.
I'm taking what he said, and I'm going to put it on the whiteboard so people can copy that down. Well, you want to take the next question while I do that?
Yeah. Terry says, in the World Aurum license, will the share count with points to move up in rank?
I'm trying to find that one.
It's right below Jeff's question. That 2-part question.
I'm not seeing it, Cindy.
Okay. Let's see. It's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only like 10 up from the bottom. Go to the bottom and then scroll back up. If you're all the way at the bottom, you should be able to still see it. Have you opened it up big?
Yeah, I've got it up big. There it goes. It's trying to go down now.
Well, you see where Ken says in capital letters, sorry that I'm late.
You said it was
late
Jeff?
to the...
No, yeah.
No,
Ken
go ahead.
Sorry, I'm late.
Go
It's
ahead.
right above that.
Yeah.
It's right above that? Oh,
yeah.
Terry. Okay, I was looking for Jeff. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Anyway, I thought Jeff had another question in there. Okay, Terry, in the World Aurum license, will the share count with points to move up in rank? Yes. The World Aurum will be done just like like a one-time purchase. You'll get 10% point value on those, as far as I know. But I think there will be a commission attached to that. I know there will be a commission, but you might be shocked. It may be pretty impressive when they announce how they're going to pay that out. You're going to fall over. Nice commissions with those.
Falling over is good.
Yeah.
Tennessee thing.
Are you still working?
Yeah,
You still
go ahead.
working on that?
Keep. Yes, I am. Keep going.
Okay, Kevin asks, can you reveal a couple of large companies that will be merchants with World Orem?
I could, but they'd have to kill me. So we don't want
Oh.
that to happen. So
No,
you're just
no,
going to have to wait, Kevin. They will announce all of that. They will start incentivizing merchants when they launch World Orem. The first stage of World Orem will be, you know, they will raise the capital so they can go in and help these impoverished communities around the world that are out there manually panning for some gold. And we can bring in the equipment into those areas, empower those impoverished communities, and help them. That will be the first stage of World Orem, and then from there they will start incentivizing those merchants worldwide. You know, it's going to be an incredible thing, but, you know, I know people want to know where you can go, you know, what can I go buy with this? Don't get in a hurry to get rid of your gold. There's people on every street corner wanting your gold, and as long as those stores are open, hold on to your gold. But, you know, don't get in too big of a hurry to get rid of what you've got. That is your protection. Please remember, the one thing about Karatbars, it's a system that offers the average person and the masses protection from inflation and what's happening in the world economy and the world markets and stuff. So I don't want to be the one that encourages people to go out just because they can, because they will be able to do that very soon through that online system. But I don't want to get I'm real funny. I don't want to push that because don't do it just because you can. This is insurance, you know. You don't go to the emergency room just because you can. You know, you wait till you actually need to go to the emergency room.
That's a good one. I like that.
So I like that too.
Yeah.
Just
funny.
because you can.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's a
Some people do that,
one.
but we sit and wonder why.
Okay. Since we're
Any
on the
professional
subject of World
football or
Orem,
baseball cards that are coming out?
Yeah. Eve asked, what's the advantage of getting a license with World Orem?
World Orem will be the one company in the group that will go public. So you will have the rights to those stock options. All of the other companies in the Karatbar group will remain private for obvious reasons. But as of the World Orem will be the company that they set up to go public within 3 to 5 years.
Wow, excellent.
And there's more to it, but I'd rather the company come out and really go into the details. I know that they've actually got credit cards through a major bank that are made out of gold and silver. Not just, it's crazy. It's plated gold and silver, but I don't know. I'd be worried about leaving one of those somewhere. When I paid for dinner, just accidentally leave it there at the restaurant. So, anyway.
Well, there you go. Okay, there you go.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, very good.
Kevin's asking about the professional football and baseball cards that are coming out, as well as the universities and hotels that are looking for those Karatbars. If you know somebody, go ahead and talk to them, but hold back a little bit. Maximilian and I are working on something right now. We're trying to get all of that system tweaked to where you'll be able to go out and really approach some of those entities and move your business forward. But right now, we're tweaking that system and the training on what you can and can't do with that, or should or shouldn't do.
Okay, and just for the audience, because I don't think we actually read the question, so you know what she was answering. Kevin had said when it comes to the Karatbars specialty cards, cards, do you know of any professional football or baseball cards that'll be coming out, as well as universities and hotels? So that might, once that's available to us, we have that to look for our books of business if they want to, and that's how I'm taking it too. If somebody wants that specifically, well then they're going to have to get it, their account will be tied into you for their specialty ones that they'll promote to their customers, right? Cheryl, am I correct with that?
Right.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. I think we're having some connectivity problems with some of our people here. Jeff, you're basically asking that everything got frozen. Always remember, folks, I don't know if you mentioned this or not, Cindy, but the black bar up at the very, very, very top, at the far right, you'll see a little green light. If that light turns amber, your connectivity is a little iffy. If it turns red, we'll freeze. Refresh your browser, folks. Anytime there's any issues, refresh your browser. 95% of the time it'll fix it. So I just wanted to address that. Cindy, back to you.
Yeah. And that's your internet connection that's doing that. And not
right, exactly.
where it's coming from here on the server. So,
exactly.
Oh, we've got about 15 more minutes here. So, folks, you guys, we've got a lot of people out here. What else would you like to ask Ms. Cherylanne? And go ahead and type it on in there. Let's see, it looks like a...
Privately? Nobody, if you put a question down there, the only people that can see it is Cindy, John, and myself.
That's right.
Yeah, and John will point to my little envelope there. Look at me. Got it.
You got it.
You got it.
I got it. It's only been a year.
That's good. That's good. You catch on fast.
Yeah, just a year. But anyway, if you want to send me an email, you're welcome to do that. And I look forward to talking to you, Ken. Or you can put it right here, whatever you want.
And we won't look, Cindy and I. How's that?
Okay, so we've got lots of good stuff coming up. We've got the holidays coming up here. Actually, with Christmas and New Year's landing on a Sunday, just wanted to let everybody know we will be doing this next Thursday as well. It doesn't really interfere with that. We want to keep the momentum going. And
that's right.
And then we'll decide once the new system comes out with everything, then we'll play it by ear as far as doing these live broadcasts if people want them. John and I are willing to do them, especially at least the Thursday Q&As, because it's good to be live. But if our system is going to have that availability, then we can go from there, because I don't know what the system entails. So we'll go through that once it comes to the January 15th.
Well, I've got an idea. I'm going to put Maximilian on the spot. I know he's out there watching and laughing right now. But I think it would be a great idea to have him come on next Thursday if he's got time. And
sure.
Join us on the broadcast next Thursday, and then maybe he can give the audience some tidbits.
Awesome.
Just crazy. And hopefully, again, I'm putting him on the spot, that we'll have that promo video ready at that time to where you'll be able to start sending that out to your teams. But guys, you want your teams to get involved in this program. If you get in it yourself, leading by example, get involved yourself into these trainings, there is no way that you will not be shouting from the rooftops for everybody you know to get in on this system. It's definitely going to make the difference in people's lives and incomes. It's that strong.
Cheryl, I have an idea.
And he's... Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, girls. Go ahead. Just...
Well, I was
just talk over him.
If Maximilian does have that promo ready for next week and you'd like to be on here with us, again, you can see the envelope right next to John's name. If you email it to him, he can upload it into our system here, and we can actually show it on the broadcast. So that might be kind of cool, too. Putting him on the spot. Yes, he'll be on next Thursday. Awesome. Very good.
Good.
Oh, okay. He's not promising the promo video, but
no,
should
yeah,
you
that's
have
fine.
it ready,
That's fine.
then we
One
can
step
show
at a time.
it,
He's got a lot on his plate. Cheryl, what I was going to
Right.
say, since we have what do we got? We got about 13 minutes left. How would you feel about if everybody clicked on the link at the very, very, very bottom, karatbarstv.com, and you make some comments on the link that says "Getting Started Fast"? Would you think that would be helpful?
Well, it can.
However you want it, wherever you
You're
want to go.
talking about the incentive program that they've got going right now.
No, not necessarily.
You know, I'm kind of funny on this.
That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. I'm just trying to
Just froze
give
up
value
there a
here.
bit again too. I think she's having some connectivity issues as well.
I think she is. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have here.
Lloyd is actually, to go back to Jeff's question.
Yeah.
If Terry Whitener's on here, usually Terry does record it, and we put it in the Skype rooms, and we also put it on the Karatbars, the Karatbars Facebook as well. Yep, Terry said yes. So Jeff, no worries. This will be recorded as well.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. What a service.
Lloyd says, will brick-and-mortar stores, jewelers, be allowed or encouraged to offer KB Gold? Absolutely. If you go to the karatbarsinfo.com, which is mykbgold.us, and you go into affiliate training, it tells you, I mean, we've got brochures there that you can take into those stores. So they can make large purchases to sell to customers. They can also encourage their customers to have accounts as well for commissions for themselves later on down the line. It is phenomenal. So look into your back office under karatbarsinfo.com, and I believe it's the tab Affiliate Training, and it talks about brick and mortars. So froze up there for a little bit, Cheryl.
I know. We've really got some bad weather here today. Cold, nasty, raining, and my internet provider is not the best in the country. They're just one of the largest, but that doesn't mean anything. It means they've got
They've got too much
their
on their
service
plate,
is
right?
bad. Yeah, something like that.
You know, Cheryl.
But
Cheryl, piggybacking on a previous question, Jeff is saying, is the primary advantage of storing abroad to basically avoid the potential confiscation here in the U.S. of gold?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Plus, as long as it's in a vault, I don't have to insure it. If I bring it and put it in my possession, what am I going to do with it? Stick it in my mattress? To where if somebody breaks into my house, I don't know if that's ever happened to you or not, but it's happened to me twice. It's not a good feeling when they go through your underwear drawer and you come home and, you know, everything's crazy. No, do I want to risk that and have people, and everybody knows that I'm in the gold, you know, I'm in the gold business now. So if I get broken into, they're not going to find any gold in my house. The other option, I can bury it in my backyard. That's crazy. You know, I mean, that don't even make sense to me, but people do it. Go dig up my backyard like nobody's going to see that I've been digging back there.
That's right.
You know, if I lived out in 50 acres, that may be something, you know, then it may be a little more difficult to find that little area. And then, you know, the worst thing you can do is put it in a safe deposit box, because if the bank goes upside down, guess what? They get to keep everything that's in that safety deposit box. Now becomes theirs.
Good point.
If you have it, yeah, and if you have possession of it, you have to insure it against, you know, what if your house burnt down? You know, and we're talking about little bitty ingots here. You know, they'll probably be there, but still, the hologram's gone, the certification's gone. You know, if your house burned down, you're left with the little gold ingots if it doesn't melt. And then you've got, you know, there's just too many things to me that could go wrong that I'm not willing for that risk, especially if somebody thinks I've got gold. I've got a child that lives in my house that's 9 years old. I don't want somebody knocking on my door or breaking in and have that risk to endanger his life. Insurance is quite expensive when you're insuring something like that. My personal opinion is, why put yourself to all that stress? I mean, you know, again, if you're Andy and you've got that arsenal in your garage or your basement, you know, your Navy SEAL training and all of that stuff, you know, and everybody can choose. That's what I love about this company. If you want physical possession, they make it possible. If you want to store it abroad, they make it possible. And everybody, and that's important to understand, you know, that what I feel is, you know, best for me may not be what John feels is best for him. If I ever need to access my gold, I think it's another plus that if I needed cash in a hurry, whether it be the U.S. dollar or whatever they end up giving us after this one collapses, I can go into my KB account, my Karatbars account, and say, you know, I want to sell 50 grams. And I can sell that 50 grams right through that system, and then they will convert it to whatever currency I need it in at that particular day. And so it, you know, and it goes right on my debit card. You know, right now they're putting it in on euros. If Germany pulls away from the Eurozone, we may have the Deutschmarks or whatever, but it will be a currency that we can convert into whatever we need it to convert it into, you know, once it gets to us. So I feel like I've got the best of everything with a storage abroad without having to take the risk and the liability and having that burden put on top of me. That's, again, my opinion, but everybody's different. And like Maximilian says, political instability, man, we don't know from one day to the next. I mean, I don't think they know. I mean, it's like they're talking out of two mouths all the time. And, but, you know, and here, these are great, great little tidbits here, Maximilian, thank you, but it's better for estate planning. You know, if you want to leave it into a will. And we constantly talk about, you know, generational wealth, something that you can pass down from one generation to the next. And, you know, we're trying to change people's way of thinking, because you look at Asia, you look at the Indian markets, they've been doing this for hundreds of years. Gold is for dowries. Every time a baby's born, you know, they buy gold and they pass it down from one generation to the next, and they create that system of generational wealth. And they do a whole lot better at saving than we do. We try to figure out a way to spend what we've got. We live in a different world. You know, when my parents were growing up, everything was about saving. Their parents went through the Great Depression. So they understood that you rationed and you saved and you did not waste. You ate everything on your plate. You did not waste food. Then you have, you know, my generation that came up, where we see a mixture of personalities. Some save, some don't. But then you get into my children's generation, and it's about, well, I want that car and this new iPhone 4. It's really cool. I need that. I know it's just $300. Or, you know, the new iPad or the new iPad 2 or the new 3D TV. I mean, we're sitting at Christmas right now. And if you've got kids in your life, you know their toys are outrageous today. They don't save. 95% of our country does not have a savings account. And that's sad, knowing that we're the most debt-ridden nation in the world. And we're sitting here with people with 5% of our population has a savings account, and that average savings account for those for that 5%, the average is a $1,387 backup. That's sad. I mean, I know every time my central unit just went out, my heat just went out, my central unit, and this was the small one, and you know, you're still looking, and this is wholesale pricing for a 2-ton is $2,700 installed. That doesn't even cover an event like that. And, you know, and it scares me a little bit because my kids and the mindset that they have, there's 6 of them, 2 of them save, 1 of them has a 2nd grade lunch money, and the other ones, they can't, you know, 1 of them, it burns a hole in his pocket. You know, as soon as he gets that check, it burns a hole in his pocket. And it's about teaching our kids the value of planning for that rainy day. You know, if I've got gold, I don't want to go spend it. That's, to me, doesn't make sense right now. I know that there will come a time and a place, but, you know, like I said earlier when I was talking to Kevin James Brown, you know, we really need to be careful about not taking the benefit of of our gold being insurance away from a customer. If we get and we focus on just spending, we're not doing anything different than what we've been doing the last 30 years, and it's the reason we're $15 trillion in debt in this country. We're just so used to spending. It don't matter what it is, we got it, we need to spend it. But we really, in my opinion, need to really focus on that insurance aspect of what gold is. My vision is we see these kids. Bryce Henderson's got a little thing on Facebook right now about the kids overseas in Africa that are literally starving their bones. And it breaks my heart. I can't watch the videos. I'll be the first one to tell you. I can't watch one all the way through. But there are kids around our world that are starving. They're starving here in the United States too. But what happens when you wake up one morning and you see it in your back door? And as you walk down the street and you see kids in that same position, not just adults, you know, we're looking at, you know, unbelievably high unemployment records right now, and that's off the figures that they're giving us. There are so many people unemployed, and then if you add into who's underemployed, it really gets scary out there. But, you know, I looked at this program when I first saw it. It's going, you know, Karatbars International to me is a provision for a time. And that time is the box. It's the question. Do I know when it's going to be? No. What I do know, it's not an if. I mean, it's not an if. It's when. And so, you know, whether I sleep or not, it's about getting that message out, because I honestly believe that this program will be the difference in people's lives. The people that listened and got involved and protected themselves, because you cannot watch the news today. You cannot listen to the internet or go to a restaurant and listen to the conversation at the next table. It's all around us. Don't bury your head to what's going on. You know, through education there comes power. And you know, we just have to educate ourselves, get our heads out of the sand, and really get out there and share what we know with the people we care about.
Wow.
Great way to end.
You know, we're right at the top of the hour, and I can't think of a better way to end it. You know, I tell you, Cheryl, when you get going, you really, your heart really shows, and boy, I appreciate that.
Oh.
So,
I like the passion that everybody
I didn't
shows
mean
in this company.
Right. And we do. We have some of the greatest people. You know, I said, you know, John, you and Cindy, you do not know how much I appreciate you and what you've done for this team. There's no way to express my gratitude. But one day soon, I know blessings are going to be just all over you. And I pray that for you, because you're good people and you've really been there for us through thick and thin, and you are at the top of my list. And we've got some incredible people in this group that are going above and beyond. And like I said, we see Boomer out there right now. He is really making a stand with those meetings out in California. And guys, you know, everybody that's on this call and everybody in our Karatbars family, if you think you can, because there's going to be a system that's going to walk you through it step by step here within just a couple of weeks. And 2012, you want to make a difference in other people's lives as well as your own. Get involved, get in that system, because you've not seen anything yet.
All right. Amen.
Well said. Well, I tell you what, Cheryl, as always, we really appreciate you being here. Between you and Joe, and possibly maybe even next Thursday have Maximilian. That would be great. Maximilian, you and I need to kind of communicate so we can make sure that you know how to get on here. I think you did once, but let's make sure that that's the thing. I have an email right up here. You hit that, and you could let me know how to get hold of you.
He committed. I saw it.
you're
I saw it in writing. He committed.
All right. Well, I tell you what. This will be the final from me. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Cindy, I'll turn it over to you. You could take us out. Thank you.
Great. Thanks again, Cheryl. Great ending. Again, we've got a great year upcoming with a whole new system here. I am so excited about it. We will have our live broadcast, our overview, next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Come to kbgoldevents.com. Bring your new people there. If they want to hear something live in about 30 minutes, that's what we do. And then again, now it's karatbarsinfo.com, where they can do their research on, that's what mykbgold.us has now converted over to that. So on behalf of Cheryl and John and myself, have a terrific weekend, a Merry Christmas, and we'll be wishing you next week Happy New Year. So for now, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah to our Jewish friends out there, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas and all the above.
You too, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Y'all too. And everybody out there, thank you for an awesome 2011.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Bye-bye.
folks. Bye-bye.